If I,
Yeah.
what does it mean to be a true Christian?
What is a fake Christian?
Someone who doesn't believe in God.
Right. Okay, Christian is about following who? Christ.
Christ.
That's what the whole name comes from. You're a follower of Christ, right?
Okay.
Then that means you would have to live like Christ or imitate Christ's life to be a true Christian, right? When Christ spread his message around, did he spread his message around by going around gathering up troops and killing people and forcing them to follow him?
No.
So then that means people that force you to follow Christ by the sword are not true Christians. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
What did Christ teach?
To be perfect.
To be perfect. So now if you teach that you don't have to be perfect, then that's against Christ. You're actually teaching something that's against Christ. Because Christ caught a woman in adultery in the act and said, go and what?
Sin no more.
Go and sin no more. So the message of Christ was to be perfect. So that's another way you can find out if the Christians are really followers of Christ, because they would have to not push it by the sword. They would have to teach perfection, because following Christ is to give up your old life to live a new life for Christ. You get it? All right, so now let me give you a scripture. 1 and 2.
For as much then as Christ hath suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind.
First thing you gotta understand, if you're gonna follow Christ, get your mind right, because you're gonna go through the same persecution that Christ went through. And a lot of people are trying to make martyrs out of people that are not Christ-like. They're trying to make martyr out of people that were against what Christ was saying, but trying to say, well, he was a true Christian, but he's not doing nothing that Christ did. So now, if you're going to be persecuted like Christ was, you're going to be persecuted for righteousness. Keep going.
For he that hath suffered in the flesh hath ceased from sin.
He did what?
He that suffered in the flesh hath ceased from sin.
So the person that's going through this persecution because of Christ is because they don't sin. So now, what's the difference between a sinner and a non-sinner? Have we all sinned?
Yes.
So even the people that say they follow Christ, have they sinned before?
Yes.
All right. Because Christians going to say, if you're going to say that you haven't sinned, then you're a liar. Well, we are saying that we have sinned. But what's the difference between a sinner and a non-sinner? Let me show you the difference. I've smoked before, right? Am I a smoker?
No.
I've stole before, but am I a thief?
No.
So if I am a smoker or a thief, then that makes me a what?
Smoker and a thief.
Which is a
sinner.
So then that means I don't follow Christ.
Yeah.
All right?
Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify God on this behalf. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of God?
This is the cold part about it. People that follow Christ are going to be judged first, because the Lord is going to start at his house first. People say, sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine. Christ is going to clean his house first. So if that's the case, then what's going to happen to those that are not in his house? Keep reading.
And if the righteous scarcely be saved,
If the people that are really righteous barely are saved. Now imagine that. You were taught in church that everybody can be saved. All you got to do is believe and you're going to make it. But if the righteous that are saved are scarcely saved, then what?
where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
Let me ask you something about Christianity. Does Christians talk about forgiveness?
Yes.
Do they ever forgive? We remember the act of 9/11, correct? Every year. Why haven't they forgiven them for 9/11? Why haven't they turned the other cheek? In slavery, we've gone through so much, and we were told to do what? Forgive and turn the other cheek. Well, why don't they forgive and turn the other cheek? Why do they remember the pain? Because they're not Christ-like. Because if they were truly Christ-like, like they taught us to be, then they would forgive and turn the other cheek. That's what true Christians are. True Christians follow Christ, and when they're persecuted for righteousness.